Welcome back, dear listeners, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 9. This is episode 9. You're welcome back. In the last episode, we discussed section 52 and section 53. And where we discussed search of suspect and examination of arrested suspects. Search of arrested suspect and examination of arrested suspect. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. We'll proceed to section 54 now. Start from section 54. We'll continue our discussion from section 54. Now, where reasonable suspicion never existed. So what constitutes reasonable suspicion? Now, the following grounds shall not be grounds for reasonable suspicion. So we've been mentioning reasonable grounds or where you reasonably believed, where a police officer or reasonable ground or reasonable suspicion, blah blah blah. Now the following grounds shall not be grounds. The following shall not be grounds for reasonable suspicion. Section 54. A. Personal attributes, including a person's color, age, hairstyle, or manner of dress. Okay. Personal attributes shall not be a ground of reasonable suspicion. Okay, the person's color, his age, his hairstyle. There's this hairstyle this dread. I don't want to. Okay, so they think everybody's a yowboy because the hair is tinted or any of those things, or the manner of dress. Okay, personal attributes. Those are not. They do not constitute ground of reasonable suspicion. B. Now, previous conviction for possession of an unlawful article. Okay, because someone has been previously convicted for possessing an unlawful article does not give rise. Okay, does not amount to reasonable suspicion. Okay, C. Stereotyped images of certain persons or groups as more likely to be committing offenses. Stereotyped images of certain persons. Now, when you see some people, you already in your mind conclude that this kind of people, this class of people are more likely to commit an offense. A client of ours wanted to buy a mid-size SUV, so he asked for this is just an instance. Okay, he asked for Mercedes-Benz GLK 2012 to 2015, and then someone says, Yowboy's motor. I was like, the manufacturers of the vehicle, did they manufacture or did they produce the vehicle for Yowboys? Is a stereotyping. So when you look at the man too, he's very, very small, and he doesn't. I won't say he doesn't dress well. He just wears round neck and short knicker. That's what he wears. So it dawned on me that there has been a stereotyping that anybody that drives this kind of car is most likely a Yowboy. Is a Yowboy. Stereotyped images of certain persons or groups as more likely to be committing offense. That's not a ground for reasonable suspicion. Take note. Okay, let me read section 54 again. The following shall not be grounds for reasonable suspicion. A. Personal attributes including a person's color, age, hairstyle, or manner of dress. Color, age, hairstyle, tinted hair, purple, yellow, gold, or manner of dress. Those are not grounds for reasonable suspicion. B. Previous conviction for possession of an unlawful article. Or C. Stereotyped images of certain persons or groups as more likely to be committing offenses. Okay, so on those grounds there are no reasonable suspicion. The reasonable suspicion does not exist because someone tinted his hair or someone is driving a Mercedes-Benz GLK or any of those things. Take note. Now, section 55, subsection 1 now. Section 55 is simply talking about search of place entered by suspects sought to be arrested. So when maybe a police officer is chasing a suspect and he enters into a premises, remember, and a search warrant has to be obtained generally before you can search a premises. So let's listen to section 1. Let's read section 55 and see what it talks about. Search of place entered into by suspects sought to be arrested. 55 subsection 1. Where a person or a police officer acting under a warrant of arrest or otherwise having authority to arrest has reason to believe that the suspect to be arrested has entered into or is within any house or place. The person residing in or being in charge of the house or place shall, on demand by the police officer or person acting for the police officer, allow him free access to the house or place and afford all reasonable facility to search the house or place for the suspect sought to be arrested. Take note. So where a police officer has reason to believe that someone for which an arrest warrant has been issued, okay, or a suspect has entered into or is within any house or place, the person residing in or being in charge of the house shall afford the police officer reasonable space, okay, shall give him free access and reasonable facility to search the house or place for the suspect sought to be arrested. Okay, now subsection 2, 55 subsection 2, where access to a house or place cannot be obtained under subsection 1, the person or police officer may enter the house or place and search it for the suspect to be arrested, and in order to effect an entrance into the house or place, he may break open any outer or inner door or window of the house or place, whether that of the suspect to be arrested or of any other person, or otherwise effect entry into such house or place, if after notification of his authority and purpose the demand of admittance duly made, he cannot obtain admittance. Now, what this section is simply talking about is, I think we spoke about ingress and egress, where a police officer is denied access into a premises, he may break open, and where he is locked in, he may break out too. Okay, that is permitted under law. So this page is only this section 55 subsection 2 is only reinforcing that okay, in such an instance where the police officer has spoken to the person in charge of the house and they refuse to admit him or grant him entrance into the house, he may break in, whether the door or the window, and may break out. That's what section 55 subsection 2 is also talking about. Now 55 subsection 3, where the suspect to be arrested enter a house or place in the actual occupancy of another person, being a woman, by whom by custom or religious practice does not appear in public, the person making an arrest shall. Now, a woman who by custom or religious practice does not appear in public, for instance, women in Purdah, these Muslim women that wear everything from head to toe, that cover their face, you don't see them. They, by virtue of their custom and religious practice, they do not appear in public. So, where a suspect is arrested, where a suspect to be arrested enter a house or place in actual occupancy of another person, being a woman who by custom or religious practice does not appear in custody, does not appear in public, the person making the arrest shall, A, before entering the house or place, give notice to the woman that she is at liberty to withdraw. B, afford her every reasonable opportunity and facility to withdraw, and may then enter the house or place, but the notice shall not be necessary where the person making the arrest is a woman. Okay, so where a suspect is hiding in a place where women are, women who by their custom or religions are not permitted to appear in public, so the person making the arrest will be first give notice to the woman and give her opportunity to withdraw, maybe to step aside or come out, I want to search. Okay, and shall afford her every reasonable opportunity and facility to withdraw. However, where the police officer conducting the search or trying to effect the arrest is a woman, such notice need not be made. Okay, but if it is a man, you have to give the woman opportunity to withdraw, step aside, and then you can proceed to conduct your search. Okay, now section 56, action after search is carried out. Section 56, action after search is carried out. 56 subsection 1, an officer who has carried out a search shall make a written record unless it is not practicable to do so, including situations where the number of persons to be searched is large or in situations involving public disorder. Okay, take note. So with every search there must be a written record. Let me read that section again. Section 56 subsection 1, an officer who has carried out a search shall make a written record unless it is not practicable to do so. Now, he shall make a written record including situations where the number of persons to be searched is large or in situations involving public disorder. Subsection 2, the record shall be completed and signed by the officer and person being searched on the spot, and a copy to be given to the person being searched or the vehicle driver if it is a vehicle. So The search record must be completed and it must be signed by the officer and the person being searched. Take note. 56 subsection 3 now. Subject to subsection 2. In case the search record is not available on the spot, the officer that carried out the search shall advise the person searched or the driver of the vehicle searched or the police station to pick of the police station the person may pick up the search record. So where he is unable to provide the search record on the particular spot, the police officer shall inform the person searched of the police station which he can pick where he can pick up a search record. 56.4. A search person may refuse to collect a search record that his signature is not appended. Take note. A searched person may refuse to collect a search record that his signature is not appended on. 56.5 now. Where the person to be searched is unwilling to provide detailed information about himself, the officer may not detain him. He shall be allowed to go unless lawful items are found in his possession or in the vehicle searched. Take note. Where the person to be searched is unwilling to provide detailed information about himself, the officer may not detain him. He shall be allowed to go unless unlawful items are found in his possession or in the vehicle searched. Now, search record. Let's quickly talk about search record. Section 57. A search record shall be prepared in the prescribed form to be known as National Search Record Form. So there's something called National Search Record Form. That's the prescribed form for search record which the police are entitled to use. A search record 57 subsection 1 shall be prepared in the prescribed form to be known as National Search Record Form. Now, subsection 2. The following information must always be included in the National Search Record Form. A. The name of the person searched, or if he withholds it, the description of the person. The first thing, content of a search record, that's what we are. Number 1 is the name of the person searched. If he withholds it, the description of the person. Number 2, the date of birth of the person searched. Number 3, a note of the person's ethnic origin. Is he Hausa? Is he Igbo? Is he Yoruba? Is he Efik? Is he Tiv? Whichever one. A note of the person's ethnic origin. D, when a vehicle is searched, a description of the vehicle including the registration number. E, the object of the search, that is the purpose of the search. Why was the person searched? What was the officer looking for? Are you looking for a knife or a gun or what? The object of the search. F, the ground for making the search. On what ground are you making the search? G, the date and time the search was made. And then the place where the search was made, the result of the search, a note of any injury or damage to property resulting from the search, and the identity of the officer making the search. Okay, so take note, content of a search, National Search Record Form. Okay, the name of the person or description, the name of the person's search or description, the date of birth of the person's search, a note on the person's ethnic origin. If it is a vehicle, the description of the vehicle including its registration number, object of the search. Okay, the grounds for making the search, the date and time the search was made, the date and time the search was made, the place where the search was made, the result of the search, a note on any injury or damage to property resulting from the search, and the identity of the officer making the search. Now, section 58, subsection 1. A search warrant is unlawful unless it complies with this section. A search warrant is unlawful unless it complies with section 58, subsection 1. Now, 58.2. Where a police officer applies for any search warrant, it shall be his duty to state the ground on which he makes the application, the law under which the warrant will be issued, the premises to be searched, and possibly the article or person to be searched. Okay? Take note. Now, 58.3. An application for a warrant shall be made in writing under oath and supported by necessary information. Okay? And then 58.4. A warrant shall authorize an entry on one occasion only. You can only... A warrant shall authorize an entry on one occasion only. So once a warrant is executed, it expires. Once, you can only utilize a warrant once. Now, subsection 5, 58 subsection 5. A warrant shall specify, number 1, the name of the person who applies for it, Inspector XYZ, date on which it is issued, the law under which it is issued, and the premises to be searched. Okay, and then it must identify as practicable as possible the article or person to be searched. Take note. Take note. Take note. A warrant shall specify the name of person who applies for it, Inspector XYZ, the date on which it is issued, 1st of January 2020, whatever, the law under which it is issued, and the premises to be searched. The 5-bedroom duplex located as XYZ close, blah blah blah. It must be properly described, and it must identify the article or the person to be searched. If you are going to search a person, it must properly identify the person. If it's a premises, it must properly identify the premises. Okay. Now, 58 subsection 6, 2 copies of the warrant shall be made. Okay. The 2 copies shall be clearly certified as copies. Take note. Take note. Thank you very much for joining this episode. This is episode 9. Thank you very much for joining the episode. In the next episode, we'll continue and we'll discuss execution of search warrant and then recording of statements, and we'll see how we can wrap it up. Thank you very much for joining this episode. Enjoy.